people affording life right now?
This is a great question because times are hard out here. People living paycheck to paycheck. Like even myself, I had to pick up a second job. And when I tell you, ever since I picked up the second job, like things have been great. You know, I've been getting all kinds of money, TVs and jewelry and things like that. So what I suggest is if you're going through tough times, get a second job like myself and maybe things will work out. All right. You ready?
Welcome to The Renewal. Please be sure to like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. As the cost of living keeps rising, many people are struggling just to survive in 2025. It's said that people have to wake up every day feeling like they're in survival mode. Life was meant to be lived, not to have anxiety just thinking about how you would make rent for the month, all while working a full-time job. It's saddening, y'all. Put those comments below if you are someone you know has to work 2 or more jobs just to cover the normal necessities.
You really gotta pay to exist. You really have to pay to live. And some of us aren't even living because we're surviving in order to live. You ever just sit back and think like literally we have to pay rent. We don't pay rent, we get put out. Unless you own your house. And if you own your house, well, we have to pay mortgage. Unfortunately, if you weren't blessed with good vision, we have to pay for contacts. We have to pay for glasses. We have to pay for gas, for a car. So if you ever sit back and think like we really have to pay to be here, like to be in a world that we didn't even ask to be in. It's crazy. Like if you ever just sit back and think everything we have to pay for. Food and all that. It's just like it's so much. It's draining. And nobody really talks about this part. Which is, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, but when you sit back and think it's like, well, and you know, some people be like, you know, you only get one life, live it up, just have fun. Although that is true, nobody ever talks about how it almost feels impossible to live your life to the fullest whenever you're just existing and not actually living because you're in survival mode. You know? And it's kind of hard to let loose and have fun when you're in survival mode. It's the harsh truth. It's the harsh reality. It's the part about life nobody wants to talk about because they don't like the way it makes them feel. But it's better to face the truth.
How are people affording life right now? Literally. My car insurance, for example, went up back in August. No wrecks, no tickets, nothing. I have no DUIs, like nothing crazy. I'm a middle-aged driver. Anyhow. But I was signing up for my benefits for this next year, and guess what? Doubled. Literally almost doubled. Health insurance. I don't even use it. I get like my normal stuff that's preventative, that's free, but I don't even use my health insurance. I literally don't. Knock on wood, thank the Lord above. I break a leg or something, I have it. But now I'm going to be paying like, I think $600 and some a month for insurance when it was only $300 something. Am I getting paid more? No. Nurses usually get like a 2 to 3% raise. Sometimes the cost of living adjustment. But yeah, I'm gonna have to quit going to the casino. I already quit going to Goodwill. I can't give everything up.
I cannot wrap my head around how people in these nicer suburban neighborhoods are affording brand new luxury cars. So I live in a neighborhood with mainly like $400,000 to $600,000 houses, and it just blows my mind how many houses have these brand new like Porsches and BMWs and all of these really nice cars. They'll have like 2 or 3 of them in the front yard, and I'm like, I know you have a $3,000 to $5,000 mortgage payment, and now you have like $3,000 to $5,000 in car payments, and you have kids in daycare. So like, how are you affording that? And like, I make good money, but I have 2 cars that are paid off, and I don't have debt, and just paying a $3,000 a month mortgage feels like a lot to me. So how are these people doing it? Because I know there's over like 100 people in this neighborhood. I mean, you would have to be making $300,000 to $400,000 a year to comfortably afford the house plus the cars plus daycare. And I find it very hard to believe that there's that many people just in my neighborhood making that much money. So are people just in a ton of debt? Is it that they have like family money? Like, What do you guys think? I can't wrap my head around how.
Okay, honestly, how is anyone affording life right now without something else, without some sort of side hustle or something else to supplement their income? I don't understand. I went to Target and Panera Bread. Quick run. I barely got anything. From Target, I got milk, moisturizer, chapstick, prenatals. And that came out to $71. Okay. Then we went to Panera real quick. $35.13. I did the math and I'm thinking this is a little over $100. When I worked my 9 to 5, this would have been a full day's worth of work. That means I would have had to work a full day nine to 5 to afford a little quick pit stop. How are we doing it? I literally do not understand. This is why I come on here and I talk about all the time having something additional for yourself, having your side hustle, because I don't understand how people are literally living. I do digital marketing full time, but thinking back to when I was working a 9 to 5 and how much I was getting paid and how this would have literally been a full day's worth of work is crazy. This is honestly why I'm so grateful for the online space and for the ability to make an income online, for me specifically doing digital marketing, because I don't have to worry about things like this anymore. Like, honestly, this stresses me out thinking that, like, honestly, just a quick run like this would have cost me my full day's worth.
How are people affording life right now?
This is a great question because times are hard out here. People living paycheck to paycheck. Like, even myself, I had to pick up a second job. And when I tell you, ever since I picked up the second job, like, things have been great. You know, I've been getting all kinds of money, TVs and jewelry and things like that. So what I suggest is if you're going through tough times, get a second job like myself and maybe things will work out. All right. You ready?
There that will tell somebody living like this on $75,000 a year before taxes that they are not doing what they're supposed to do, that they should get a second job, that they should get a side hustle, that they should get a better job. And the fact that you would look at somebody with no debt other than a car and say something like this to them means objectively you're a moron and you live in a fantasy world.
Life in 2025 is like this. Everybody is struggling with something, but they want to portray themselves and make it look like they aren't struggling with something. I don't care.
I'm tired of just surviving. Life was meant to be lived, and I just want to live. I'm tired of just surviving the day.
Do you ever get tired of being in survival mode all the fucking time? Like being in fight or flight mode, but still having to put like a smile on your face and go through the motions of life. And when you finally think things are getting better, you get fucked over again. It is so exhausting. Like, this has been my life since I was a teenager. Like, that whole, oh, there's a light at the end of the tunnel is not fucking true for me. And I'm just going through the motions. You know, I thought, you know, I go to school, I go to grad school, and I thought that would make things better. It's just a small distraction. And if it wasn't for my kids, like, I wouldn't even really see a point, because I'm just so tired.
I'm kind of irritated because I literally just drove almost an hour to come donate plasma. Spent 2 hours inside the plasma center filling out paperwork and watching videos just for them to prick my finger and be like, my H levels or whatever are too low and I can't give a donation today. Mind you, I was depending on that donation to be able to pay my rent today, so I'm just irritated and lost today, and I'm just over it. I'm over today as a whole. I just want to cry, and I kind of just want to, like, I don't even know, just cry, I guess. Sleep. Can't even sleep. You ever be so stressed out you can't sleep? I feel like I'm so stressed out I can't sleep properly. I feel like I'm always waking up anxious, because it's like whenever I wake up and it's the next day, it just makes me feel more anxious, because it's like there's just so much going on. I pray that the universe really changes my financial situation this year, because constantly being in this state of either having to work 3 to 4 jobs and never sleep, never get time to myself, barely be able to like take care of my well-being, but be able to afford bills, or, you know, work 1 job or 2 jobs and still struggle on bills and still be, it's like you really can't win either way. And I'm just becoming so fucking numb. I'm really numb, so I don't know.
I tell you what I'm not going to do, and I did it before. I'm not going back to working 2 jobs. I did that shit before. That shit is destructive to your health. It's destructive to your home life. Like, you should not have to work 2 jobs just to survive. Like, we're talking about fighting for survival in America. We're literally killing ourselves trying to survive. In what world does that make sense? That's not the American dream. Where is that at? When I was told about the American dream, working 2 jobs, missing out on time with your family, missing your kids growing up, wasn't fucking part of it. This shit needs to change. It has to.